Star Wars, aka A New Hope, is not the greatest science fiction film ever made. In fact, it's not even the best film in its own series. But it's without a doubt the most important sci-fi movie because it not only saved the genre, but revolutionized it. Before Star Wars, sci-fi was a niche genre for nerds that was popular in the 50s but which nobody took seriously anymore. But Star Wars established sci-fi as a permanent genre and also influenced every sci-fi film that came after it, to one degree or another. Here's a run-through of the iconic characters. Obie Won Kenobi, the grizzled veteran and beloved mentor. He's seen and done it all, and he seemingly knows everything. And he can still kick butt too, but he knows his time is growing short, and it's time to pass the torch. Luke Skywalker, the trademark young hero from the middle of nowhere, who despite humble beginnings has royal blood in his veins, and a world of potential. He just needs a mentor to bring it out of him. His motives are true, but in the beginning he's a raw talent. Lots of potential, but he's young and inexperienced and too rash and impulsive. But don't worry, he'll get there. He has that wanderlust. He knows he's destined for greater things, but he's trapped in his simple, boring life on the farm. He is a hero without a cause, and when the Empire comes and fries his family, he now has a mission to accomplish. Han Solo. He's the perfect archetype for the anti-hero. He's not a good guy, at least not in the beginning. He's a professional thief and smuggler, and he basically works for a mob family, all but one ruled by a slug. And he makes it clear he doesn't care about anything but making money. But he's also not a bad guy either. He hangs with the good guys out of convenience, and eventually they rub off on him. But he never loses his sarcastic edge and black sense of humor, or his coolness. He's also basically a modern version of John Wayne or Clint Eastwood, those old rugged heroes with an edge you find in old westerns. That bar scene in particular could have been in Rio Bravo or something like that. Princess Leia, the ultimate action girl, pretty and deadly. She demands and deserves respect from the boys and can hold her own with any of them. She's not a damsel in distress, she's a damsel who causes distress. Grand Moff Tarkin, the most underrated villain in the franchise, mostly because he's only prominent in this one film. He's played by horror film veteran Peter Cushing, and to me this is easily his best performance. He's the kind of guy who is ruthlessly efficient. All he cares about is getting the job done, and if that means exterminating an entire planet, killing billions of people, then so be it. He has no scruples. He never gets angry, he just gets the job done, period. And he does whatever it takes to do it. And of course the OG, Darth Vader, the most popular villain of all time. Well, either him or the Joker. Besides just looking cool, he has the most awesome voice of any villain. R.I.P. James Earl Jones. And of course his iconic breathing, which is actually an impairment, but in the end actually makes him seem more imposing. He's all business, he seems to have no sense of humor, and he has a bad temper. He's always the coolest guy in any room he walks into, and people are rightfully scared to death of him wherever he goes. For God's sakes, he chokes some guy to death as soon as he shows up. And because he's mysterious, we don't know if he's a robot, alien, or human. That adds to his mystique. He would get more nuanced later, but right now he is the ultimate villain. Now for the minor characters. Chewbacca. What can I say about this guy? He's Bigfoot with a personality. He's ugly and cute at the same time. In short, he's awesome. R2-D2 is basically a really smart pet. And C-3PO is somehow annoying and lovable at the same time, unlike someone else we'll get to much later. Jar Jar. Oh, sorry. Guess I had a hair in my throat. And the music by John Williams, who just happens to be the greatest film composer of all time, is incredible, especially that classic theme song and the Force theme. Even people who have never seen the film have heard the thing 100 times. And are we sick of it? Nope. The effects are incredible too. Sci-fi movies, even the well-regarded ones at that time, generally featured corny effects, but Star Wars was like being exposed to another universe. It may not look as impressive today, but at the time, there was nothing else that looked as good. I mean, my God, we have a giant space station that can blow up an entire planet. What else do you want? To sum it up, George Lucas made a masterpiece. It may just be an introduction, but man, what an introduction. And even though it was made in the 70s, it's a movie I grew up on. I really envy the people that get to watch it for the first time, particularly as kids. See you next time on the Hillbilly Review Channel.